Welcome back to our beautiful prison, everybody. I do hope you're having a great day. I've just done a shakedown of every security sector and found no contraband of any kind anywhere. That's either a glitch or an incredibly rare occurrence. But I just wanted to share that because that's pretty freaking cool. I am installing additional water fountains there. Putting another one down here. Because again, the water cooler doesn't actually, adhere. It doesn't actually fix the thirst need, hydration. Got a couple right here now too for these guys. Got one, got a couple here going over in this common room here. And and we have deaths happening here. Oh boy, that's a stoical recruiter who is dead now. Sean Bray, that's a shame. 40% chance to reoffend. We are gonna get going a little bit now on moving these guys over here, trying to get them away from medium security so we can start segregating just a little bit better. I'm also going to consider land expansion, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that over here. And I think maybe because we got a lot of cash, I think I'm going to unlock legal and guard towers and then get non-lethal snipers because I don't really want them to be lethal with it. Yeah, the other thing I'd like to do today is decorate. And you guys have pointed out a couple of things in the comments that just didn't exist last time I played. And they're not immediately obvious for anything. Like, there's no way to know this unless you're just either stumble upon it or somebody tells you it's there. So, I figured I'd share those things. And thank you guys for keeping me up on that. First thing, intelligence screen, informants. I am very aware of how to find people at risk. I've been doing it for like 8 years. It's also how I go and get my CIs. I can't even recruit a CI without being in this informants tab. So like if I want to go get the CI, I can. I should be able to do it here. Oh, it's just gone now. It must have happened right when I clicked it. Anyway, been able to do that. However, there's a new thing that was added, which, again, not immediately obvious, but thank you. In the security menu. Now, the security menu really doesn't tell you much right away. It's sort of like one of those menus where you kind of look at it and go, okay, sure, I'll highlight some rooms. Fine. But if you go to prisoner type and you go back one, you can get to a vulnerable tab, and apparently somebody says a bug exists. I don't know if that's really the case, if it's a bug or not, but it'll show you everyone who has traits that make them vulnerable here. Now, I don't really know if that's actually true, if it's actually showing everyone, but that's something that's been brought up to me. So I could see, for example, that this particular prisoner, Dane Newman, right here, is somebody who's vulnerable. If we take a look at it, we, of course, know already that he's an ex-gang member. I've pointed out already that I'm okay with ex-gang members being in minimum security. But when we get a proper protected wing, one that has more than 13 cells, then I'll probably put him over there anyway. Speaking of this wing, there's another feature that, again, not immediately obvious, did not exist at all last time I played. Despite having 1,000 hours in this game, still didn't know it because it's been a while and they just added it for the last update. And that is with flooring, which I'm going to be going into detail with today. And we're going to be doing some decorations and stuff, spending a little bit of this cash surplus we have to make things nice and look nice. And apparently you can sell floors now. You can sell flooring and get 85% of their purchase cost back. Was not aware of that at all. So I can do stuff like this, for example. And it just sells it. So all the padded flooring is just sold, done. And apparently I could do that with any, like, I guess most, I don't know, flooring stuff. So like this holding cell here, right? This is a holding cell. We could make it to where it's not padded anymore, right? It's still a holding cell, whatever, It just doesn't have the padded anymore because it doesn't need it. It's not needed. It's only needed in here, right? And that's how that worked out. So it's interesting that we can sell floors now. I don't know why that's possible, but in any case, there we go. I've added those two things to the list of things that I needed to share with you guys. Were there, okay? Also, somebody said that I'm getting all these rats because my prison is very dirty. I'd just like to point out that my prison's not that dirty, okay? There's little bits and spots here, okay? It's not that dirty. However, obviously when we have fights and stuff, it takes a while to clean up. And it does take a while to clean up because I do have a limited janitorial staff. I don't have a lot of those guys. Look at these guys claiming tables. I may do gang segregation. That's another thing that the game has offered that didn't exist before. I've known about that one. I just didn't really want to use it, but I may have to because gangs are much more involved. Like claiming tables and stuff is interesting. So gang segregation is another thing I can do where I specifically select which gangs are allowed where, and ex-gang members have to be over here, and all those types of things. So we may have separate cell blocks for those guys, maybe separate canteens. We could go like really small canteens. It might complicate things. Maybe having a separate kitchen and stuff, that might complicate things. So we'll see. I didn't want to do it, and I still don't want to do it, but we'll see. Okay. What else did I want to say? Okay, there is unconfirmed. I can't confirm this, but I read it on Discord. Apparently, if the visitors have to go through the reception room, there is a reduced chance of them bringing contraband into the prison. That's a very new thing to me. I can't see that supported anywhere, but I've read this on the Prison Architect Discord. I've been told this anyway, and I don't know how to believe that because I don't understand because the system, how it works. If you guys aren't aware of it, how contraband is brought into the prison from visitation, it is not on them. These visitors here do not have anything on them right now. 100% guaranteed they don't have any contraband whatsoever on their person right now. Okay? It is not until they get here. Now they may have it. It spawns in visitation. So you're not going to catch them bringing it in. There's no reason to put metal detectors near the door or anything. You will never catch a visitor coming through there with a metal detector or with dogs, anything. You will never catch a visitor coming into your prison with contraband because they don't have it yet. It spawns in this room. You may catch the prisoner leaving with it, which is why we have the door here, and they go through metal detectors, and they go through several different steps, and there's a dog route through here, right? That is when we may... There should be a dog route through here. Actually, I've double-checked that. Ooh, there is no dog route through here. Okay, there's a dog route through here to try to catch them in that particular act. Let's put this... I really just care about it in visitation, honestly, so we'll just put it like right here. Right, and we'll make sure that there is a dog. Yes, we'll make sure there's a dog here. I need more dogs, to be honest. Like, they're just like taking breaks and everything, and you know the percentages of staff breaks. I need more. So, staff, dog. I have 18 dog handlers. I need more than that. There, I have more than that now. That is fine. I mean, I have a pretty good budget. I could blow it by adding more staff, but I have a pretty good budget, so I think it'll be okay. Clearly have missed a water pipe. Right there. And then I also would like to go ahead and insulate the ones I already have. Thank you much. Okay, and did I miss them any here? No, we're good. Okay. So there's that. Anyway, so prison being dirty, right? Okay, so I've added a cleaning cupboard, and I have people who have been told that they can work there now. Maybe that will help. I have a second cleaning cupboard now. I don't know. We'll find out. I would rather not hire any more janitors. However, what I really do need more of is another laundry room, I feel I need another laundry room. Because if I do have prisoners working in here, as I do, medium, maximum, they can work in here, but they're not allowed to come into low, and they can't work in low. I feel like low needs to take care of its own laundry, right? So I'm gonna do this. I didn't want to put it here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna bring this out, and it's not gonna be very big. I feel like this is probably fine. That's for 200 prisoners, though. It's for like 200 prisoners. Let's make it this much. I think that's bigger than it's necessary, but we're gonna do this. Yes, and let's make the door. Tell you what, we'll make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I was holding shift. Whoops. Let's do it like this. We'll make this side the way in. Yeah. We'll make this side the way in. It's a fairly modest size little room here, I guess. And then, of course, we just need to demolish these two walls. And I think we'll just open this up, and we'll start building cells in here now. We'll start getting them in here. So we're just going to go over and it's our clone tool right over here. And I'm just going to take this all the way to here, I suppose. And we're going to bring it all the way. Oh, I just right clicked because I'm just so clumsy. It's okay. Let's do less. We're going to bring this, I think maybe to here. Add a little extra walkway there so they can get through. Is that necessary? I don't think so. Nah, I don't think that's necessary. We can go right up here against this. So right about there, we'll make more cells. Wow, did he just get away from... Oh, okay. He's going to get processed anyway. I was like, did he just get away with that? He was doing a whole bunch of just fighting, and it kind of looked like he was going to just walk away. We are finding some things being smuggling out of here. Get that out of here, Tyson. No hammer for you. Yeah. So as soon as this shuts down, I've got this on a schedule now that's just for time. So because I've got the work slots kind of staggered, I went into the door timer, and instead of telling it to, and I know this is small, I'm sorry. Instead of telling it to pay attention to a security level and operate on that schedule, instead of doing that, I've simply got it to where it's open for durations of time. So I'm just looking at where my work time is, and I've got it configured to that instead. A red bard actually looks like he's going to pass carpentry apprenticeship. This will be great. He's down to 2% as well. That's really nice. Now, I kind of don't want him to get released, right? Because I need to get my average reoffending rate down to 30%. And one of the problems with this one here, especially as you get a bigger prison, is you got your policy usually set for like somewhere in the 20s is kind of where I put mine. Okay, so like for these guys, I'm thinking, you know, yes, let's say 20% there. That's fine. But like low security, you got to lower it down. All right, I kind of want to lower all these down. Maybe we'll just select all and just lower them all down to like 20%. Let's say they have a 25% chance to reoffend. That's only barely under the average I need to reach. Uh-oh. What's going on here? It's like a gang fight in a very narrow corridor. I am very tempted to take this corridor here and shut it, make it staff only again, and then just open this up so that everybody's kind of coming through this big area. But again, this is a temporary solution because the majority of these guys are going to be coming in through here. This is going to get opened up as a walkway. It's not going to be the chapel. These are going to get moved. And this whole thing will just be a walkway that they can walk through. And that's how they're going to end up getting through here anyway. Eventually, they're all going to walk through here. So it'll be nice, wide open, and then I can have security. Most of my guards will just be doing a circle around this big square area. At least that's what it was supposed to be. This is kind of not a square anymore, but you sort of get it. And oh, look, the shop. They're working on both sides, which is good, but unfortunately, like they have like an eat lockup period. So after they're done eating, they're gonna go to lockup instead of the free time on this. And I mean, I could just allow them to do whatever they wanted, like right here. I could, but then they might end up, yeah, in the yard with protective custody. But protective custody has its own yard now, so that's actually not a big deal. Yeah. That's not a big deal. So I can put this as eat now because these guys have their own. And then free time is kind of another issue for these guys having free time because they'll end up over here anyway. Who's doing it? Who's acting up? Can't find it. Land expansion's done in 13 minutes. So that's just going to be done. Now, with land expansion completed, should be able to zoom out here. Okay, there. Now I can zoom out. That took like a lot longer than I thought it was. And I can click here and buy this plot of land. Again, it's very small, but the total land area here, it's going to cost me $80,000 to buy this land. And if I purchase this land, then I can make my protective custody, my criminally insane, my death row, my supermax, all those specialized areas can go over here, where I focus on being very efficient and super well with programs with everybody else, essentially. The idea is the main three are all in this area, and everyone else is across the road. That was the plan anyway, long term. I was asked about that as well. I was asked about whether or not I was going to have Supermax, or why don't I have Supermax, actually, is how they worded it. How come you don't have Supermax in your prison? It's like, Supermax is a huge money sink. And, like, you don't need Supermax until you start getting legendaries, really. Like, you can handle everybody else aside from legendaries, pretty much. And, yeah, so Supermax is not a great thing that you just have to have. It's certainly not a requirement for anyone to have, but if you're going to have it, make sure you're super good on finances before you do, because it's a big money sink, and there's just no reason to do it. So, yeah. The only reason to do it is just so that you do it. Like, that's it. Like, the only reason to have Supermax is because you want it. Otherwise, the only really, I guess, you can have like a special area for really bad legendary prisoners. You can do that. But like going into it being like, it's time to make our Supermax wing when there's no one that's qualified for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be, don't do this. Oh, you can, I guess, if you want to do this, but like, there's no reason to do this. Just don't. Anyway, I am going to, I got the heat brought in here. That's great. It is still winter, and we're having a light blizzard, so things are going to start freezing again. I thought we were over this, guys. Thought we were all done with this, but I guess not. It is time to do some more pipe work. Yep. All the way through here, I guess, and all the way through here, too. And then in here, this pipe comes up in this area, we'll have the laundry machines. Yeah, 2, 1, 2, 3. We'll have our ironing boards. I'm just gonna place them, I think, like this for now. I can flip that over, I suppose, or I could just put it sideways. I think I'll just do that. Oh, check it out. We got Dan Fairbairn here. And Dennington's in here too. Dan Dennington. He's been in a lot of fights. This guy is in here for 23 years now. But we're bringing his grade down. His reoffending chance, we're bringing it down. It was 68 when he arrived. And didn't have the best chance of passing Fight Club, but you know, I wonder if any of these guys have a good chance of passing Fight Club here. 13% for 27 attendance. That's pretty good. What else we got? 4%, 0%, terrible concentration. Okay. Well, and this guy doesn't seem like he's concentrating very well. He's not even in the program. He's just running. He's exercising. Yeah. Same thing with this guy. He's doing a different kind of exercise though, like a spin in the corner kind of exercise. Okay. Well, the chances are low. Understanding, concentration, very terrible, all that stuff. But, you know, we got our own Mr. Miyagi here. Can I see what his name is? No? I don't have a name for him. It's not like Larry Lawton, where we have a name and a story and everything. No? Is Larry's still here? Yeah, there he is. I guess we don't. All right. I am really hoping that very soon I can get somebody to pass general education. This class is starting very soon, and there's another Fairbairn in the prison, a very different Fairbairn, Stephen Fairbairn, and he has a 2% chance to reoffend. So like he's gonna get early parole, but he's got a little ways to go before he's eligible. So I'm kind of hoping he passes Gen Ed, because if he does, that would give me my first Gen Ed pass. And that's what I really need is I need one person to get their GED, right? Because if I can do that, then I can go over to my grants, I can tap this button, and it's instantly completed, right? It's 55 grand. Be pretty nice. I don't want to have it active because of the whole, like, you know, stuff deleting when I reboot the game thing. I don't want that to happen, but why are there two guards right next to each other, guys? Come on. Spread yourselves out. Oh, now you're just going to go and exhaust. I mean, you're all pissed off and exhausted anyway. Like, is everybody? It's got to be just because of warmth, pretty much, right? Hydration as well. Is there really... Like, hydration is such an annoying thing because there are drinking fountains all over the place in staff-only areas. Some of them, okay, I admit, some of them are offline because of the freeze, but, like, you know, a lot of them are not. And this just doesn't seem to matter. We're going to go drinking fountain. I'm going to put another one in here. Might as well line it up with the toilets. Yeah. I think one should be plenty in that room, though. And then over in the staff canteen, there should be... God, look at all the trays that are in here. There's already 2 drinking fountains right here. There's just so many trays. And, you know, this is all the cooks that have to do this. Because the prisoners aren't allowed in here, so the cooks have to get in here. And they do, eventually. They got a couple of trays right there. You know, every once in a while, you'll see them go ahead and gather them up, right? But it's just not doing it fast enough, so... I think, I'm gonna have to hire more cooks. I didn't want to, but... Because so many of them are allowed to take a break at a time. And I want them to be able to, right? I want them to have... You know, their needs really low and everything, right? Their food need is quite high, even with 52% here. It's quite high. Cooks at 55%. Let's go maybe 45%. That way they can hit this a little bit better for everybody else. We'll bump the guards up to 55. I really don't want, like, pissed off guards either. Did we not get this done? Is pretty much done. Yeah, it's feeding in here right now. It's just there's a little bit of insulation. We have to get the insulation done, but other than that, it's pretty much handled. It doesn't have power, right? Power. So the electrical needs to be hooked up right there, a tiny little bit right there. So we get that done, and then we're good. I think I also, because of how close this is, you see the power station's kind of maxed out. I do have a capacitor I can upgrade. I do, but I think just to put a little less pressure on it. I think what I'm going to do also is I'm going to dismantle this utility here. Ooh, that's not it. Oh, this is coming from this direction. So if I disconnect this, then it will... I just want the metal detectors. So I want to kind of do this, I think. Can I do this? If I do this, it'll take the metal detectors offline. And then I should be able to connect them from this side instead. Yeah, and then by connecting them here, I don't believe that will connect anywhere, and this should be a separate circuit now. And we'll then have these 2 metal detectors managed by the other one. So this is just kind of take this down a little bit until I can get that other thing replaced. But really, since I'm expanding, I kind of want to make sure that that's not going to overload. Because it's a real pain in the butt when those things overload. Obviously, water is necessary over here, too. Is that going to be too... No, it's right here. Yeah, it's not going to be too far away. It'll be fine. We have the toilets that need to be done there. I think I'm pretty much done with winter, though. I think winterization can be put on hold. Because I think we're pretty much done. Winter's overcast here. Yeah. Rain, and then we start getting sunny weather, and it starts to get a little warmer here. 13C. Starts to get a little bit warmer. I think that's the end of winter. I think we made it through winter. I think that's the last blizzard that we're going to have to deal with. It says there are high levels of contraband in the prison. 331 items of contraband found in the last 7 days. Well, we're finding it. I mean, that's good, right? We're able to find it. We're running all these packages through the scanner and everything, right? That's good. But I think I'm going to have to obviously do some more shakedowns and stuff tonight. But I swear, I did a shakedown everywhere. And it's not either it's a glitch or what, I don't know. But I went through there and it was completely empty. I got no contraband from anywhere in the prison. And I don't think I've ever had that happen in like 8 years, doing a shakedown of the entire facility and not getting one thing. So I think maybe it was just one of those little bugs that maybe just happens when you boot the game up for the first time or something. I don't know. And with the hiring of a few extra cooks and maybe taking the percentage on break down just a little bit, we've taken care of our tray problem in here pretty well, I think. If I go back to the needs, we kind of took care of the food need as well there too. As far as prisoner needs go, though, I mean, I'm rocking this so far anyway. Family could be a little bit better. And literature and luxuries are still kind of bad. The luxuries thing is the shop, but you can also give them a pet bird, and that will help with luxuries as well. I'm not sure if that works in a common room. I kind of wanted to try that. I mean, I feel like that's a cell-only thing. It says it improves the cell's grade, but it lets me place it in here. So I was kind of thinking maybe I just pop it, you know, kind of in the edge of this common room here just to see if people want to interact with it. Maybe that'll do something. And then if it does work, then I can make sure I put it, you know, down in this area too. We can put it maybe in the library. Oh, yes, a big bird tweeting at you while you're trying to read a book. That'll be perfect. You see them using the gym down here. That's pretty nice. Actually, let's check transfers really quick. Yes, Tyson would like to move to medium. Tyson, let's take a look at Tyson. You already have, yep, Graham Fade Tyson, IT worker in a major multinational corporation who murdered most of the senior management due to their incompetence. Ironically, the company is now thriving under the management's call. Beautiful. It's like how many people working in IT, in their back of their mind, they're just thinking about this. He's a foodie. Prefers to eat interesting and organic meals. They will receive comfort from eating prison-grown produce. I am working on that right now. I got high-quality meals and stuff. Conflict resolution, he's doing pretty well there. And he's down to 2% reoffend. Well, that is fantastic, isn't it? Tyson, you are approved, sir. And Tyson will probably immediately go into this list. Yes. He immediately goes into this list, wanting to go to minimum security. Well, at least I can get you out of the danger zone there, buddy. Real quick, let's go to the security tab. We'll check a look at this and see. So it still shows me the same prisoners as before. I only have two that are in minimum security there. Look at all the produce drugs. Look at all this drugs. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Where are they coming from, really, right? It's all coming from in here. So are they throwing it over? Is that what we're seeing here? This is where they're throwing it over inside the banana trees and stuff, right? So I think maybe, right, we get a dog to patrol this area. If the drugs are coming from here, then we get a dog in here to patrol this area to make sure that we're not having any of that contraband coming out of here. I like that idea. We'll just have a dog that's kind of moving around in that area too. Because I can't really stop them from throwing it over here. This is where the road is. So people are here on the road and they just throw it over the fence. I'd have to bring the prison in like this far and start everything in here and basically just forsake all of this. And I don't want to do that. So there is going to be a place where they can go. Now, one thing we can do to help mitigate this a little bit is tap the phones, which we have done. The second tap is not hooked up yet, though, so I need to do that. So I'm not really concerned too much about criminally insane's phones. I think we'll tap these ones. And if there's no more connection, these ones are connected, so I want to connect these ones. And I think that's probably too many for that, because they can only listen to like one call at a time or something. But the thing is, they're not all using it, so maybe I really don't know the rules. To be honest, I have gone through this whole time of playing this game, like 1,000 hours or whatever, and I rarely do much with phone tapping. It's like I put it in here, and I hook it up and I connect them and I just kind of go, okay, they're gonna work now, right? I mean, I don't have a definitive answer on how many phones you should tap. Maybe somebody in the comments could relay that in. It's just these little tiny details, which hasn't really had a significant effect on the game for me. It just hasn't. All right, we're gonna search all these toilets down here, and then we're gonna do a shakedown in Max. Let's see if we find anything in Max in the middle of the night. There's a little bit of stuff there. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Sure. I'm up to 140,000 now. That's nice. Ooh, did we find a tunnel? We did indeed. All the way down here. There you go. We'll get rid of that tunnel too. And then once that shakedown is done at Max, all said and done, we'll go ahead and shake down medium too. I think like low sec, one of the perks of being down here, I'm gonna say is that like we'll check your toilets, but I'm really not gonna do a whole lot of searches for you. And I don't think that they are gonna use that as a criteria. I'm almost certain that the game does not use that as a criteria for wanting to transfer, but I'm a little bit of a role play there on that. Like I just don't think you need unnecessarily searched nearly as often. We'll definitely do it every once in a while, but not nearly as often. And you know, I find the tunnels, and that's about it. And then the person who has a tunnel, they get kicked out. They'd have to try all over again to try to just to shape up and behave. One of the other things I was going to look at is wages on staff. So like we have quite a few workers. I don't know if I quite need this many, but because we have things like the cold pipes that need to be thought out, and we have like first aid stuff, and there's just a lot of maintenance stuff that workers are constantly doing, running packages through the scanner and things like that. Because all of that stuff exists, pretty much every one of my workmen are pissed off, it seems. No? I just happen to be hovering over them and looking at that. Because of that, I have a lot of workmen. I also have a lot of regular staff. And each one of these guys are paid, a certain wage. So if I take a look at finance, let's say finances. So it just says staff pay right now is net just 24. It's 24,000 per day is my staff pay right now, I guess. And so I look at, here's itemization. So workman wages right here. So 3,600. That's not much. Regular staff wages right now is 5,500. Okay, so again, that's not that high compared to guards. Guards are very expensive, so I'm kind of good on the number of guards I have. But for these guys, one thing we can do just to see if it helps is I can go into coverage, the coverage tab. So let's just take a look at workmen, for example. Right now we're at 3,600. If I go to coverage, this is like insurance plans. The plans cover you for daily payments, but they provide the ability to automatically call emergency services when your prison is in need, along with providing discounts on any staff wages and items associated with the plan. So for the arson and accidents plan, for example, if there's a fire or something, it will automatically call the fire department right away. So maximum responsiveness there, right? But the other thing it also does is the purchase price for fire extinguishers goes down, the purchase price for alarms goes down, and the payment that I have to make for fire safety sessions also goes down. And in addition to that, it also says that a workman's daily wage has a discount as well. So what I wanted to see is if I click this, it's going to cost me $1,000 a day. But if I go back over to my finance tab, it doesn't seem like it made any effect at the moment. Maybe it changes later. Or maybe it doesn't at all, like it says also to workman's daily wage, which I don't think that actually matters. If I'm looking at this correctly, it seems like maybe that doesn't apply. Now, maybe I have to let it go for a day. Oh, it just changed. It just changed. So the workman wages is now down to $2,880. That is nearly a $1,000 discount. Total workman's wages, right? So this plan kind of covers itself. Almost, right? So let's see if we can do something else. So if I go to health and safety plan, besides the automatic requesting of emergency services, the plan also provides multiple discounts, lowering the purchase price for first aid stations, the payment for first aid and taser training sessions, and also the daily wage for doctors and orderlies. Now, I don't have very many doctors or orderlies, but I will have orderlies later, right? I'm going to have at least 100 criminally insane. I'm going to have it's going to have its own facility. And that will have my own orderlies. And then at that point, probably would want this plan. I'm looking at workman's daily wages here too, which is interesting. Prison preservation plan affects cold, grit bins, cold control sessions, more on the workman's daily wage. So if I did something like, is there one for rats? Pest control plan, yeah. This also affects the daily wage for janitors and gardeners. So let's try this one. So pest control plan. If I do this, it costs me $1,000 a day, right? So go over to finance. Now, I'm not going to be able to see janitors specifically, but janitors and gardeners are in the staff category. So if I look over and I see 55.50, if I take that coverage plan, pest control enabled, squads requested 1, request condition 10 rats. So when a prison gets a 10 rats, call the squad automatically. I don't have to do it, right? And it costs $1,000 a day. But if I go back to finance, staff wages, right? That only dropped a very small amount, so it's really only covering me like $200. So that one's not worth it, right? But there's this one here. It looks like it's kind of worth it because it's pretty much paying for itself. And as I get more workmen, the savings on wages will start to more than pay for that plan. So I'm going to keep that one on. just to kind of have some extra coverage there. But I'll keep looking at opportunities to use that coverage tab, which is something, again, I have not done much of. That's just not something I really found a whole lot of value in previous playthroughs. So I'm kind of just trying to give different things a chance, new things a chance. Oh yeah, get in there, like all these stun batons, right? Oh yeah, like all these guards all these guards have stab vests, first aid backpacks, stun batons, tasers. They've passed like every program. I've got so much invested in them. So I really need to make sure I'm protecting them. We're going to go ahead and grab non-lethal sniper. And I think small cells. The thing is, I want this to remove the size requirement for dormitories. And this says just for standard cells, which is not quite the same thing. I want permanent punishments, though. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And then I need to hire a lawyer in order to research that. So we're going to go to staff, lawyer. Oh, that's a foreman's office. So I actually need another office for the lawyer. I have a second. Yeah. That's the guy's a foreman. Okay, so the lawyer needs an office. Shoot, because I hired 2 foremen. That's why. Can I get rid of one of them? I'm going to get rid of one of you. I'm sacking you. I'm sorry. This is an office for the lawyer now. That was designed to be the office for the lawyer, and it just I hired a second foreman, and I don't really think I want that. Does that mess up my programs? Only having 1 foreman. It doesn't appear to have messed it up. That's good. Okay. Flower therapy, animal therapy. This one requires a flower garden. We could make a flower garden in here. A little flower garden in the yard. I'm not sure it really matters much, but sure, we could. I could say flower garden right here. It needs to be at least 5x5. So maybe we go... I mean, what kind of contraband would be in this? Grow and take care of plants. I guess it'd probably be the same kind of contraband that would come from this stuff, right? I would say probably. It needs to be 5x5. We could put it in the forestry area. This is almost 5x5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need it to be somewhere else. I want to. How about right in here? This is not a bad place for it. I mean, I kind of want to get rid of these solitary cells anyway. So I could put it over here. I could say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the walkway goes right along the side. I could have this be a flower garden later. Even this could do it, you know? I could have it be something like this. It doesn't have to cover the entire area with flowers. It's just the zone. So as long as it's a valid zone, I just want to see what kind of risks there are for this. Okay, so the trowel ham fork. Yeah. Okay, so this is not a good spot for this room. That's not a good spot for this room, but that's something I'm going to look into too, is like getting flower therapy and stuff going might be cool. I could maybe put it, I don't know, another outdoor area somewhere. All right, so let's end this video by doing the things that I said I was going to do at the beginning of the video. Let's take a look at decorations and stuff. So I think for the floor through here, it's 3 wide, right? I think I'm wanting some kind of like stripe down the middle sort of thing here. And I haven't really actually figured out what look I'm looking for here, but I just have like a rough idea. So I was going to take and use the granite one, but it's 40. It's very expensive. And I'm not really interested in like a super expensive floor. So, and I also don't want them to be able to run super fast necessarily. So this reclaimed brick is kind of interesting. It can be indoors as well, which is cool. The reclaimed rubber is interesting, but that's a fast movement speed. And I kind of don't want them to be able to move super fast. Although maybe around the outside here it's okay, so they can get to their destination faster. It's not like they're necessarily running away through here. So let's see what this looks like. If I was to take the fire-resistant laminate flooring. Hey. Hello, fire-resistant laminate flooring. I mean, is that where I would want that? Anything that's fire-resistant sounds like it should be in a place where you know, cooking's taking place, right? We could also put that in here. This dark wood floor is not fire resistant, but this is wooden floor with fire resistant properties. That's, I mean, that's absolutely a thing you would want in the kitchen. So we're going to do that. And then I don't think it would matter in the pantry, but if this thing blows up, boom, I think I would want fire resistance in here anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll have fire resistance throughout this whole room. In the canteen, I don't know if they're not really going to light many fires in there. Where else would fires be lit? Typically. I don't think so. The running track is interesting. Now, this will raise the yard's grade. And I'm kind of trying to keep this yard not raised up. But I could also put something more basic around here too. So the rubber one doesn't raise the grade, but it will still allow them to move pretty fast. And so I'm actually liking the idea of maybe having a rubber floor through here. So if I make a stripe through the middle of this floor, and we go all the way down to at least here with a rubber floor, that increases walking speed, right? And then on the outside, we do a floor that's maybe more normal and looks a little different. Maybe this cargo floor is interesting. That's fast. White tiled marble. The contrast of white and black actually could look pretty good here. Let me just see what this looks like if I put it in just this little spot. Just want to see what that looks like. We've got flags all over the place over here. Oh boy. Looks like we got some toilets to search, yeah? That's not what I want to do. Toilets. Search. There we go. Got some toilets to search over there. There's all sorts of stuff. Honestly, it could be this area here. I actually haven't done any toilet searching at all in protective custody, so we should take a look at that too. But yeah, so they have this like black floor that goes all the way down, which is nice. And then the lights are over top of it, which kind of give it a little bit of a cool little look, right? They're not really equally spaced out, but I think it's a cool look. We can move these lights up a little bit so it's all consistent with the rest. I can dig it. Yeah. I think that looks neat. Now I got to figure out whether the marble is going to look good with it, but it kind of looks like it will. Yeah. I like this. I think we'll keep this going. So the marble tiles are going to stay through here, and then they'll go all the way around here and all the way through here too. And I think I'm eventually going to go ahead and close these up so they aren't there. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So I'm not going to bother with making it look like the path continues that way. The main hallway is just going to have this look to it. And I think that's pretty neat. So we'll let that continue on all the way down to at least to this point. All right, cool. I like it. So workmen will get on that in their own time. For the common room, I like wooden floors for common rooms type stuff. I do. And I think I'm going to keep that. Fancy tiles are interesting too. We can go fancy tiles in that common room. This one could be the same. I don't know if we have like a theme for common rooms necessarily. We could maybe try like a darker floor. Maybe this wooden floor. The wooden floor I typically like to use for the workshop. A dark wood laminate floor, which is very expensive, but we could do that in the workshop. Do some logistics errors, receiving extra supplies. Cool. And we got a guy who apparently doesn't have a cell. Oh boy, are we over capacity on criminally insane now? We are by 2. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I may need to actually go over here then, shouldn't I? I may have to just go across the road and start building my place out. Did I get general education? Pass. I need a pass. Come on, Fairbarn. Tell me you're gonna pass. You're so close, dude. Come on. It just takes so long to get through this program. But he is like really likely to pass. This is great. You know, excellent concentration, very good understanding. This dude's gonna make it. And we're gonna have that. I mean, it's gonna happen. And it's gonna happen before he goes to get his time early out of here too. All right, I think through the cell blocks and stuff, at least through these cells, I'm gonna go with the metal floor. It's only $10 a square, which is that's great. So I'm gonna go with the metal floor here, and I think not in the cells, but maybe through the hallways we go with the metal flooring. I want to see what that's like. If I go with this metal flooring, I mean, I know what it's like. I use this every playthrough. I use this floor, but I usually just mix it up in how I use it. But I think I'm going to use it for the hallways through this cell block. So this metal flooring goes all the way through there, like that. And we can just leave the cells as they are. Oh, no. We have more deaths. Guys, don't be staff. Okay. Dan Dennington. You should have passed Fight Club. Dude, he was so close. He was so close. 24%. He was going to get out. I mean, he was pretty far away on here, but damn, he's down to 24%. He was being reformed. Not this guy. This guy. He was being reformed. That sucks. Dan Dennington completed the workshop safety, craftsmanship experience 100%. Man, he was doing well. It just, I don't know, he said the wrong thing to the wrong guy, I guess. That's a real shame. And we'll see how these metal floors do through here. I'll have the metal floors continue all the way through here, too. It's going to be a walkway through there. And then on this side, we need this, too. So the rubber floor, reclaimed rubber, this is going to come through the middle here, right? All the way down to at least this point. There we go. And it comes through like that. Very good. Marble tiles. Take it the rest of the way through here. And all the way down the side. Now, when we get to this area, we have this extra bit of space here. And I don't know whether that will stay. At the moment, it's fine. I was thinking about putting some benches or something out here just for people to relax in. Why are we getting... I can't. I hate it. I hate it. Dude, 24%. You're killing my good guys here. I guess the gangs just didn't want him, you know, setting a good example for everybody. I think also, in addition to getting this long hallway and stuff done and these various different rooms, I put some sort of blue carpet in with the staff room right here. And then the kitchen's done. Now the kitchen, it's not this color. It's just like the overlay for the kitchen. Another extra supplies thing. So it should be basically the same as this pantry. It's just the overlay for the kitchen is green in its color. For visitation, which are always full, so I might need a bigger visitation room. I'm thinking something more comfortable, something more warm. And I was kind of looking at red carpet, but I think that's not quite where I'm going for it. So I think I'm going to go brown carpet here, actually. A little brown carpet there. And then the outdoor area needs a walkway too. I'm really debating on putting like a stone path because it's normal walking speed. I don't know if I really like having outdoor areas with paving stone, but this area right here is so, like, it's very busy and people moving through here. And I do want them to be able to get through here quickly. So I'm actually going to go a 2 wide walkway. It doesn't really need to be 2 wide, does it? A 1 wide would be okay. It's just that everyone's going to get... You know what? Here's what I'll do instead. 2 wide walkway. We're going to make this a double door. And I think that'll let people move through it a little bit faster. And then we'll have this 2 wide walkway kind of come over like this, I guess. All right. And then we could do the 2 wide walkway all the way out this way. But again, I think it's unnecessary, and I have other equipment here. So we'll do a paving stone walkway to here. They can at least go fast to this point. But I really hesitate to give prisoners the ability to go fast in this area. I kind of don't want them to be able to go fast in this area. So I'm going to go normal speed stone from this point. And then we're going to want to have, I think... At least down the middle, I don't know, like staff can be moving faster too, but I think we'll go stone down the middle here. And then I can put grass and other stuff around the outside there. But this is just giving a walkway on the outside too. And I do want to see the effectiveness of having, you know, paving stone right here and how these guys move through here a little bit faster. We're going to take away this wall. We're going to move the rat trap, and then we're going to replace this door with a double door. So this gets dismantled. Of course, everyone will now... I assumed they would walk around the metal detector. Yeah, there. Which is fine generally. I think we'll end up putting the metal detector here. That way they get dinged on the way in. Yeah, or the way out. Like, this is going to be the main walkway for everybody. So I think that's what I'll probably do, is move this metal detector to be here. So everyone that walks through here is getting dinged right here. And then they'll get searched at that point. I could put it here too. I could put it outdoors. Like, put it right here. It's not too shabby too. I guess I could do that. Or I could put it right in this. It would actually look better here, I think. In this little gap. I'm going to do that instead. And then right here with the doors, double door there. There. And we'll have that be there. And then I just have to make sure this is connected to power, which should be pretty straightforward. Oh, actually, it's actually easier just to go from this side, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll get that connected to power again. And then, of course, it needs a companion, which means I don't need that. Bye. Because it's going to get another one right next to it, and that will be the companion. So metal detector. There we go. Be able to hit 2. And I may do 2 rows. You know, maybe it will be, you know, maybe it'll be like a 4 of them or something right there. But just to make sure we can get everybody tagged up. But the prison is going to start looking a little bit better now. Okay. We're going to get everything solid. Exactly the way I want it. Right here with the metal flooring. We're going to go through and have this all the way to here, I guess. All the way down. Yep. The grate floors. Yeah, it looks very high tech and everything, but I don't think I really care about that at the moment. The chapel, we're going to do something different with. These rooms, like this is staff only area. I kind of don't care. The laundry, kind of don't care. The library could be more of like a darker floor, but I'm not really caring that much about that either. I don't think. Tainted. Nothing seems to grow here. No, these are all outdoor things. Hexagonal tiles are interesting. Fast movement speed though, and they have to be inside. I kind of feel like maybe. Yeah, like I'm thinking about like moving through here, but I really don't want prisoners to move fast towards the doors, the external doors. I don't like that part. You can always put it in staff areas as well. Just make sure staff can move quickly. And I mean, the staff room really doesn't, or the storage room really doesn't look all that good with a white floor. I wouldn't think anyway, but it might look cool with these triangular tiles. I'm just gonna do a little sample area here just to see what that looks like. That's not bad. I could get behind that because it has faster walking speed, and that's what I'm looking for. The staff areas, we can have them walk a little faster, right? So let's have them walking fast through here as well, and then also through here. I'm gonna make this inside, which we definitely have some toilets to search now. We're gonna make this inside. It's gonna be indoors, so we're gonna make a brick building right here. Yep, right through here. Just to make sure. And then I think I'll probably go ahead and just move the rat trap. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this, but I'll put the rat trap maybe over here, I guess. No, not there. It'll be right here. Just a little one there. But we're going to turn this indoors. That way the staff can move through this without having to go outside. And then in order to, you know, handle this stuff, they'll just go through this door instead. No big deal. Yeah, there's definitely something going on through here, and I might need to actually dismantle the toilets in order to find it. It's possible. We'll search these toilets again. There's definitely a tunnel through here. And it's just a matter of time, man, before I find it. Search these toilets. Come on. Somebody find this. Don't make me tear it down. I'm going to do it if I have to. I just don't want to. Yeah, this looks good. I don't know about this. This floor actually doesn't look as good. It looks nice here because of the overlay for storage. It's kind of given that greenish tint. But once you get it to be full black here, it doesn't really look all that good to me anymore. The reclaim, could just be reclaimed rubber. Might look better. Or this cargo floor. It's kind of interesting. Maybe this one will look better. I know we're just going to spend the money on it before we know for sure. It looks better. I wonder, do I get the partial refund? because they can sell floors now, right? So like, do I get a refund for this floor for swapping it out? So like instant refund and then replace. I'm not sure how that works. I think this doesn't look right. I still think it's bad. I still think it's a good floor, but I'll have to look at it and maybe decide differently. Maybe this darker floor here might look better. This brown. Actually, kind of want to see what happens if I sell this. Let's sell the floor first. That way it's just gone. I get my money back for it before I go about replacing it. I have no idea if that actually works, but not the iron floor. Maybe the red doesn't move fast. I want staff to move fast. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep with the current plan then, which is this mosaic floor here, which is fast, and this will be fine. And then it'll just move up into the kennel area, and then the kennel area will also be this faster moving floor. All right, and then I'll have faster moving through here as well. Faster moving through the... I don't really want carpet for the bathroom area, but maybe we'll just put this cargo floor there. It doesn't really match. It doesn't really match, does it? I think we just leave that alone. It's a bathroom after all. Whatever. The blue carpet inside the staff room. Complete that there. And yeah, for now, like this little path is out here, and then we could put... I could put like the stone tiles that kind of... Oh, not this. Well, this is indoor. Interesting. I'm looking for concrete moss. No, I'm looking for the cracked... Here, grass and stones. This. It kind of looks like maybe we can't really grow things here very well. Kind of want to see what that's going to look like. They got out? I seriously didn't find this tunnel and they got out. I've searched this so many times I've searched this. That's just craziness. Like, I've searched these tunnels so many times. Search the toilets. This is one of those things where you have to like actually disassemble the toilet to find it. Like they're very good. And sometimes you actually have to break the damn toilet apart to find the tunnel, but now we'll know where it is because we're going to get into it right now. So where the heck is this thing? Holy smokes. Look at that. I mean, okay, I did search tunnels in here. I did search this whole wing, but those guys, protective custody guys, got out. That's a wild tunnel right there, man. We definitely want to cover that up and take care of it because like these cells here have a real quick trip just to get in there now. It even goes through solitary even is underneath. So they zigzagged out of here. Well, that happened. Yep. And that's 3 escapes in a day. That would be the 4th escape we've had? 4 escapes total? It ain't great. Doesn't feel good. But I searched the toilets twice in this video and 3 times over here, and it did not, we just didn't find it. So that's the way it is. Somebody asked about perimeter walls and stuff. And yeah, like perimeter walls was always the idea. We were always going to do that, just not here. I wasn't planning to do it here. And perimeter walls do slow them down because it creates foundation. But it's you know, not really all that different than having the foundation created here. That's why they zigzagged. They went out here, but instead of going straight out this way and making a straight tunnel, they went this way because there's less foundation to dig through. And then they had to dig through this little area, but then they had kind of a free trip out this way. Now, if I had a perimeter wall up this, it might have done something. Like it might have slowed them down enough. But you also have to remember that the electricity doesn't pass through the perimeter walls. So if I put a perimeter wall here, I have to bring this electricity out and around it, which isn't a huge deal. I just have to make sure I do it because that's actually pretty close by. But I'd have to, instead of running through this, like this is all be disconnected now. So I'd have to go like this and then over and then back up is basically how that would have to be. And then once I do that, I can then come over to foundation. Now, more, right? It's where is the wall actually? Is it in here? Yeah, perimeter wall right here. Water pipes cannot be built underneath, is what it says. And so we take this, we wrap it around. Let's get that done. And then we bring the perimeter wall up But it doesn't really do me a whole lot of good to bring it all the way up here, but I can still do it. And then you see right here, it stops. So I wouldn't have the perimeter wall here either. Unless I took this and somehow had it, you know, I have to, at some point I need to get this electricity on the other side of that wall, right? So I'd have to do it at like a fence gate or something, right? I have to put some kind of door, and then that's where they're going to tunnel to. They're going to tunnel to the door because that's not where the perimeter wall is. So it's like, yeah, you can do it, but it's not necessarily going to fix the problem. It can help, but it doesn't fix the problem necessarily. So if I delete this, I can go over, and because it's so close, right? And they could probably just do it again. I can then take the perimeter wall and just go up to about here at least. Let's go up to that point right there. All right. Now that would delete anything that's underneath it right away. And it would slow them down, but it would not stop them. Not entirely. It'd give me a chance to stop them, even though I sniffed the damn thing and I just couldn't find it. So, okay. Well, this video is for sure long now. So I'm gonna leave you here. We are decorating. We did do some of that. I did say we were going to do that. We do have some people here who don't have cells. It's very interesting that they don't have any cells, even though they're coming in. Oh, no, they don't have solitary cells available. Do we have enough? You have too many people in solitary? Do these not count? Did I not mark these as solitary? Oh, that the whole time. Yeah, and then these solitary cells here are fine. They should be available. The cells should be available. Yeah, these are solitary cells. Those should be fine. They just require a guard to escort them, which is okay. And then we still have one criminally insane inmate that is not in a cell because there just isn't any available for him. But, you know, maybe I can turn these things into bunks. That'd be cool. And then they could have roommates. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Hope you'll join me for the next one. Bye-bye.